If you want your photos to look different, where other people think that you took it on like a different day, you have to realize that you need to like have 2 to 3 different outfits. Because when you have 2 to 3 different outfits, it looks like you took the photos on a different day and at a different time. And then you realize being outside is better than taking a photo inside. Because when you're inside, you only show like the objects. But when you're outside, you're showing nature. When you're outside, there's so many contrasts of colors. But when you're inside, there's only so much that you can like show. And then when you're outside, you're showing like the scenery, and you get to move around when you're outside. And when you're inside, you're normally sitting on a chair. If you want to look good on camera, another thing that you need to consider is to have a haircut, to make sure that you wear 2 to 3 different outfits, and you make sure that your skin is clear. So that's the thing, you need to make sure that your skin is really clear, because you don't want your skin to be the reason why you don't have a good photo. I wanted to get into this video just by telling you a few things. And you realize by looking good on camera, it's all up to you. By having clear skin, you don't want your skin to be the reason why you don't have a good photo. What I wanted to say, you need to realize there's no such thing as a perfect photo. So people normally, they increase the brightness or they blur the background. The reason for this is so that you can become the focus. And you need to become the focus of your own photos. Because if the background is more appealing than you realize people start looking at the background and not you. So the reason why you're not looking good on camera is because a camera is like a reality check. So people might say you look good, but then when you go on camera, if you don't have a haircut and you don't have clear skin, you realize that the camera doesn't hide that at all. You need to take as many photos as you can. And that's the thing, like even I have many photos, I have bad ones, I have good ones. But then it's just about being honest with yourself. And you realize by having so many bad photos, you have a few good ones. So what I wanted to make clear, the photos that are looking good, I normally have good body language. So you can see that I'm relaxed. When it comes to a good photo, you might not realize this, but it's better when you're like looking away, or it's better when you're doing your things naturally. So that's why when I was like having my photos taken, I was talking with the photographer, and he'll tell me whether to like look away, to look at the camera, or to just keep a straight face or smile. I realized that I never seem to smile. So that's why I wanted to make clear, if I was in a bad mood, I really can't hide it. So that's why I think some of you may like relate to my videos as well, because I think I'm really honest. And there are things that I want to do and there are things that you want to do. But that's why you have to give things time, because great things take time. And even like a great photo, it takes time. Like if you realize that your style, your clothing style changes over time. And that's the next point I'm going to say. So when it comes to like photos which I took, you need to get like 2 to 3 different outfits. And when it came to me as well, when it came to my photo shoot, because the photographer, they told me to get a haircut, they told me to like at least have 2 to 3 different outfits. And the thing is, I got to choose the outfits because it's about your own style. And then you realize because it's your own style, you get to mix and match. And then you realize you need to start changing your style over time. I think the thing is, when it comes to having a good photo, you don't want to overthink it. You just want to have like a simple style. If you have too many things going on in your photo, if you have other people in your photo, if the background is like with people walking, and then you realize that the background's messy, you have to realize that too many different things can't be happening in your photo. So that's why you can't have too many people in your background or there's no mess. And you don't want to be doing funny faces as well, because a photographer can catch that. And you have to make sure that if the weather's good, if the sun is out, you need to be out. The important thing that I want you to take away from this video is to make sure that you have good lighting. I wanted to say that if you can take the photos yourself, this can help you to practice being on camera. And if you can video yourself, it helps you to learn about your poses and then your body language. And then if you realize, for example, like if I'm looking away, yeah, when I'm looking away, I'm looking at like my water bottle. Because I'm like talking with you, I'm looking away, and yeah, I'm not afraid because like my skin is clear and I'm doing what I naturally do when I talk to people, but I'm just like not looking at the camera. So that's the thing, you can have photos when you're looking at the camera, but then you need photos when you're looking away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put photos of the ones that I have taken near the beginning of the video, and the photos which the photographer has taken, I'll put at the end of the video so that you can see the difference. Because when it comes to photos you take yourself, you don't think about the lighting and you don't do the editing. You don't really blur the background. But when it comes to the photographer, they normally blur the background. And not only blur the background, they make sure that they choose the best photos to send you. Because it's better for you to have a good photo which you're happy with. So that's why you can't really argue with a photographer, because they have experience, at least more experience. And what I wanted to say, back to what I said about the 2 to 3 different outfits, I will keep saying this, you need to wear like neutral colours. So for example, I've said this time and time again, you need to wear grey, you need to wear black. And you shouldn't be afraid to like add in a little bit of colour. But when I say colour, I mean such as like white, such as like red. So basically white, red, blue, navy blue to be exact. I think the darker the colours, the better. Because bright colours, it doesn't really show off your physique as much. And then to look good on photos, you need to make sure that your grooming's good. And the reason why I say wear clothes that are comfortable and your grooming's good, because if you realise, if you take care of yourself, so for example your eyebrows, you take care of your like facial hair if you're a guy, and then for girls it's up to you if you want to like do the natural look or if you want to wear makeup. But I think the whole idea of having a good photo is making sure that you're relaxed. I don't want to make this video super long, I want to be straight to the point. So when it comes to having a good photo, so basically you have your own idea of how you want the photos to turn out. I mean, do you want the photos to be smart, where you're like dressing formally, where you're like really serious? So that's why you need to be going to like different places to take the photos. And when I mean places where it's outside. So when you go outside, you're more likely to see different things. And because you're outside, there's so many contrasts of colours.